everyone. I know it's been a really long time since we did an update video, and Sylas and I realized that it's time. The delay on any kind of update was we had a really rough December, November. At Thanksgiving, we didn't know, we had Thanksgiving and it was good. It wasn't the same as it usually is. Sylas was, pretty not feeling very well around that time, and we didn't know what lay ahead of us after Thanksgiving. But quickly into December, Sylas just rapidly went downhill, and he had a PET scan in December, or a CT scan, and it showed a huge increase in his mass that grew really fast, and was admitted the day after into the hospital, which was, a week or two into December. The first night we were there, that he was admitted, we were basically told that they didn't think Sylas was going to make it, and that we needed to kind of have the talk with our children, and we needed to tell our families, and that was really hard. It was a hard few days, but pretty quick our oncologist, he's great. He knows how much Sylas wants to fight and how much Sylas wants to try, and he rapidly tried to get stuff together to make a plan to try to save Sylas's life. And Sylas had to do this really extreme chemo again, like another extreme chemo, to pretty much try to make some sort of dent in the amount of disease that he has. So from October PET scan until that time he got admitted, it had grown so much. It was engulfing his heart. It just progressed so rapidly. So they cut the immunotherapy that he was doing during that time. They just stopped it immediately, and he was then admitted to the hospital, which I already just explained. But he said he presented us with a few different treatment plans, and one of them was to do this extreme chemo. The other plan was to just die, pretty much. The other one was just kind of like quality of life, like try to keep him alive for a little longer. But then this plan with this extreme hospitalized chemo was to try to get him qualified then to do CAR T-cell. Well, there's a lot of risks that came along with doing that chemo. It could have killed him immediately. I mean, it was such a hard chemo on him. It really changed him in a way that he is just frail and he's not well. And he was in the hospital for just almost about 3 weeks. The chemo didn't do anything. This chemo they did in the hospital didn't do anything. So sorry, I had to pause and move because the sun was starting to hit me, and it was really getting my eyes and it was distracting me. So anyway, I know I left off saying about his chemo in the hospital, and I just want to say, I'm interrupting my little story, but Christmas was super hard, and I know that our lovely Pastor John put a post up on our Facebook, on our behalf, saying that we need space and stuff, because you guys, I don't like to cry at all in front of people, and when he got admitted into the hospital that night, and they said, we don't think he's gonna make it. It could be a week, it could be a month. This cancer is just spread so bad in his body, in his chest. It's just, we're worried about his heart. The thing that I'm gonna explain, there was so many complications that he went through in the hospital that every day every day. I was just worried when I wasn't there. You know, I went home to sleep. It was really affecting the kids because we had to have a talk with them. But anyway, it scared me when I wasn't there with him because I was afraid he was gonna go. You know, I was gonna lose him when I would be not with him. Anyway, so it was just every day. It was just like a stress of a fear, just like a daily fear because we didn't have any control. You know, we didn't have any control over the situation. We didn't know what was going to happen. So, you know, that was scary. Okay, I think I've composed myself enough. Sorry for all the breaks, but a big reason why we haven't posted, and my whole point about, you know, what I was just saying was I've been putting this off because I knew I was going to get emotional. This is like really emotional for me. And I've stayed really strong and really powered through this whole process since we found out, you know, he had cancer. You know, just like power through it. And since about August, when we found out that he was not, the chemo didn't work, all that, you know, chemo he did with the backpack, that it didn't work, I have not been dealing with this well. And that's hard for me because I usually deal with things pretty like, all right, let's do this. But it has taught me to be what I would deem weak, and you know, is emotional, is a weakness to me, and I have been able to feel that and know what that's like, and that's been interesting for me, but also very rewarding at the same time. It has been, because I deal with things more like I'm angry about it because I don't have control, and now I've learned to channel it into being emotional, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to you know, I know everyone's like fear is evil and fear is bad and blah blah blah, but fear is also has a place in human life, and sometimes fear is okay in the right place. I don't like when I hear like, don't be afraid, everything's gonna be fine, you know, God's got this. I'm like, yeah, I get that, God's got this, but you know what, I'm scared, and I have every right to be, and I also feel like fear has a place in this. I am afraid to lose somebody who I have known since I was in 7th grade, transferring into a new school. I've known Sylas since 7th grade. Something maybe a lot of you don't know is Sylas was my first kiss in 7th grade. Yeah. Yep. We didn't date in high school because, anyway, that's a whole other story. But, and if you'd like to ask us questions about it, you can. We love to talk about our adolescence together. But Sylas is a good person, and Sylas is a fighter, and Sylas refuses to take no for an answer on his life, and I have learned that is it's okay to say no. Like, he's not ready. He was not ready to die, and he told his doctor that, and his doctor's like, all right. Okay, I'm going to get back to the point of what was going on during Christmas break. All of that is just to explain that this video has been put off by me and also by Sylas. Sylas has been feeling really emotional about all this, and very, like, we just needed space. That was, like, the whole point of what I was saying. We just needed to be a family. Like, we just needed to be, like, close quarters with our children, our parents, our siblings. Like, we really needed family connection, and not, like, we almost like we needed to disconnect for a while. Because to hear that you're going to die and someone you love is going to die, it like changes your mind, and the momentum of stuff. So, yeah, we just needed to kind of isolate a little bit. And then, you know, after time's passed, I have been putting this off because I knew I'd have to talk about this stuff, and I wanted to be real, and I wanted to be authentic, and I knew that was going to bring a lot of emotion up, so it's been being put off by both Sylas and I. But today's the day, because, you know, we're past the hospital. I will tell you a little funny story. Actually, I probably should get back to the hospital part and then tell you a funny story. So while Sylas was in the hospital and he did that chemo, he started going downhill, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. I mean, he cut off visitors. This is how isolated he even wanted to be, and super not like Sylas and I. We're going through rough stuff though, and it's like, well, how else do you deal with it? I mean, he didn't want to talk to friends, close friends, his best friends. Like, he didn't even want to talk to anybody. And I felt really bad, but it's like, I have to, like, respect his wishes and, you know, protect him from that. I mean, like, you know, kind of support him, not protect him, support him in that. And I feel bad, but everybody's been so understanding and so loving and supportive. Like, his best friends are just, like, totally get it. Like, they're so supportive and loving, and I appreciate that. They show up for me, and, I really appreciate that. You know, they love Sylas a lot, and they love him so much, and they support me because they love him, and I think that's just truly amazing. Anyway, after his chemo, Sylas went downhill, and it was scary. He looked like he was dying. I mean, he looked like he was dying, and he was really swollen, and he was really frail. I don't know how to explain that, but he the chemo didn't do anything, like I said earlier, and he started developing these complications, and it turned out one of his lungs was partially collapsing because the cancer is so massive and huge and spread so much that it was pushing on his lungs, and one of them started collapsing, and that was a whole thing. So we trying to make a plan, you know, this is like a week after the week of chemo he did, and you know, I had to kind of stand my ground at the hospital with the doctor, and I had to, like, speak up and, like, fight for Sylas, and that's not easy for me, because I always want to be really respectful of Sylas and how he feels, and this is him going through this, but this time I was like, this isn't safe for him, and I want something done now. So targeted radiation was an option, and he's like, yes, do anything you can. I want to try CAR T-cell, because it was, you know, the doctor was trying to make that work. So Sylas has been doing radiation for weeks, which has been great. They're doing a targeted radiation, so it would kind of clear the air, like the path, you know, to get the cancer off his lung, basically. And it did what it needs to do. But he has so much disease in his body that's a targeted area, and it alleviated his lungs. But if you guys think about it, he has not had a treatment, a chemo, anything in over a month. Nothing. So what's happening is that's targeting a specific area. The radiation targeting a specific area. What's happening in the rest of his body? Growing and spreading everywhere else. He has lymphoma. It's everywhere else. So he's dealing with that. He's tired and he's weak, and he, you know, walking from the living room or to the bedroom to the living room is a task for him. He went to church recently, and that was a huge deal that he went. Huge. I don't think people realize. Huge deal. And his white blood cell count is low, so he's really in danger constantly. And his other counts are low. But let me get to the funny story now. The day before Christmas Eve, which was the Sunday, so the 23rd, you know, he's still in the hospital. I decide to take my children to church because they're going to sing in church, and I've been very isolated. I am, like, antisocial, which is super not like me. I just can't. When you're so afraid you're going to lose somebody, your partner, your teammate, you know, it does something to you. Like, it really does. And I didn't need the constant reminder of that. So I didn't want to have to go out and see people and have to tell them my husband might die. We don't know. And I went to church. My family came. My best friend's dad, Ron, and Linda, both her parents, and her, and just, like, my people, like, you know. I have so many. If I just start naming them all, it would take a while, but I have a lot of support, and they made sure I was really protected and very, like, kind of like guarded, kind of, in a sense where I didn't have to tell anybody what was really happening, and I can go and see my beautiful children sing, you know, about Jesus and about love, and I was so happy to be there. And then they started acting weird afterwards, like, we're gonna go to coffee all together, and my parents were like, yeah, come on, and my brother was there. It was so sweet, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go Starbucks, I'm gonna go have Lunar Grill, because I love that place, and I never get to eat there. It's my favorite place. So I ate Lunar Grill, and everyone else had coffee, but then my best friend had Lunar Grill too, so it was okay. I'm just like totally taking my time. My brother had to go to a meeting, so my dad left with him. And I mean, like, we stayed there for like 2 hours, I feel like. I don't even know. And I realized later why everyone was being weird, because I go home and I hear a man in my house, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fight. I told my kids to wait outside even. I was like, you guys wait outside. Someone's in the house. My baseball bat was in the breezeway, because we always enter through our kitchen or our breezeway. And I thought, I'm gonna fight somebody, because there's a dude in my house, and I don't think anybody else is supposed to be here right now. It was Sylas. The person who I thought was at the hospital was in our house to surprise me and the kids that he came home early. That's why all the weirdness with Starbucks and like, just like the whole thing was so funny. I was gonna, dude, he's so lucky I didn't grab my bat. I played softball almost my entire life, guys. He would have got hurt. Because, I mean, I told my kids even way outside, so they were laughing afterwards, like, Daddy's here. They were so happy. So he basically told them, I guess, in the morning, like, I'm going home. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, mentally, he couldn't take it anymore. I don't blame him. So, long story short, we had Christmas. I really wanted to talk to you guys about that, and I know I'm making a very long video, but Christmas was so hard. You know, the kids were, Daddy, look at my present, and he's out, like, just, he looked like he was dying right there, and, you know, like, my brother was, like, trying to, like, protect Sylas, and from, you know, the kids bothering him, and I'm like, no, it's okay. It was just, like, a whole thing that was so hard for everybody in our home, our family, like, just to, like, they didn't know what to do. I mean, my dad was even like, Bridget, you didn't even open your Christmas presents. Like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't even be in there. I was crying. I had to leave the room constantly because I was just so emotional. I just wanted, you know, I just wanted a normal day, but the fact that he got to come home was enough for me. But it was like, I didn't want the kids to feel sad. I don't know. It was a whole brain emotion twist thing. But, by the afternoon, he was doing much better, and he sat and did a puzzle for like a few hours with my mom and his mom, and Rita and Travis and Leslie. Like, they all kind of sat and did puzzle, and it was just beautiful. Like, it ended up being really amazing, like really amazing. And the day leading up to that, or the days leading up to that, because I wasn't home a lot, my kids weren't with me, like, for those 3 weeks, like, they were shuffled around a lot, which was really hard. I felt really guilty about that, but, we kept giving these big deliveries of presents for the kids, and I just want to thank you guys. That was the generosity of people for our family has touched not only me and Sylas and our children, but my parents and his parents, and people we don't know delivered like bags of gifts for our kids, and we're so grateful. I don't even know what to say. I am so grateful. Yeah, thank you. Paul Miller Company, the people that work there, that work with Sylas, is a company that Sylas did a lot of construction for. His dad still, you know, does work for them. They put together a Christmas tree for us with all these gift cards from all the different employees that know Sylas and care about him so much, and people gave us money, and we were really thankful to that. Like, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. It sounds like people are or I'm at City of Hope. We're at City of Hope. Sylas got approved for CAR T-cell. And so it sounds like two people are fighting in the parking lot, and I'm so distracted by it. Oh, man. They are fighting. This is not a place for that. Holy cow. Well, that snapped me out of the crying really fast. Oh, man, guys. Sylas, we got approved for CAR T-cell. We're so happy. There's so much more I wanted to say. Like, so many more things happened during Christmas break, but maybe we can get into that, because guess what? We are going to do a live Q&A Facebook live video, I think in like 2 days. So my very lovely friend Brianna is going to post about that after this video is posted, with an opportunity for you guys to like comment all the questions you have for us, and we are going to answer them live. I'm hoping Thursday night, but who knows what happens between then and now, but we're going to figure that out when I go back up to the room where he is getting blood taken out, like a lot of his blood. They're taking it out, putting it into this cool machine by his bed where they're shaking it up. It's like, it has all these little contraptions. It's super cool. It's really like hard for me to film in there. So I have to like sneak and like film, because Sylas really wants to share it with you guys. So he's going to be on this video in a little bit, but it is very cool. So he's up there right now. Yay! Not a lot of people know what's going on. So he's up there. And actually we had a scare. We had started filming earlier and I had to stop because they came in. His counts are bad. They are bad. Our daughter had pneumonia last week, and it was dangerous for him to be around her. Malika had pneumonia, and it was super dangerous for her to be near him, everything, because I mean his counts are low, and they told us like he could get pneumonia from her, which I didn't know that was a thing. But with him, he can. I can't get it. Little Sylas can't get it, but big Sylas can. So that's been super fun, having like another week of quarantine at my house. That's so much work. But I just want to say goodbye, and Sylas has some stuff to say, which I filmed him earlier, so he'll be on the video. But we love and we appreciate everything each one of you do. Prayers, donations, everything. Yes. Well, we'll see what happens. I hope that fight got those two senior citizens having a fight really loud, and I'm telling you, they're not close to my car and I can hear them. The senior citizen fight. I don't know if that's offensive, but I'm sorry, but it was really funny. But I did have a lot more to say, so maybe I'll video. There was other things that had happened in the last few weeks, and just crazy stuff. But I love you all. I appreciate you all. Let us know if you want more videos, because I think we're back to like being normal again, as normal as this is gonna be. So okay, bye.
Hi everybody, Sylas coming to you from the City of Hope. As you can see, I'm hooked up to quite a few things, and this is actually the first step in the CAR Tcell collection process. Very excited about the procedure and the hope that it brings, and the possibility of it working and being cancer-free. It's been a rough road the last 2 months, but hopefully we're headed towards brighter days, and just thank God for getting us to this point. So, yeah.
Hi, babe. You want to say hi?
Hello.
So Sylas is starting his process, and he's getting his blood, his exit, or
This left arm that I cannot move because there's a giant needle.
Giant needle. And then look at this. This is so cool. So it goes through here, and it's pumping this like blood thinner in to the blood pipe here. Okay. And the blood is going up there into this machine.
Heard you just created an air bubble in it. I might die now.
No, it already was. I was watching it. Don't be like that. Don't talk like that. It goes into that separator, and it's going to put the cells in the bag over there, and then the blood's coming right back into him in this arm. Oh my gosh, I'm so like amazed right now. I love science. What do you have to say, babe?
Pretty fascinating. Pretty happy to be here, and just hopeful that this first step of the process goes as smooth as possible. It has so far.
So right now I'm going down from his building to get him some lunch. So he's doing really good, guys. He's like pretty much, they're taking most of his blood out and putting it back in, but he's doing really good. So I'm gonna go get him some pizza. That's what he wants. And this is the building behind me, the brand new building that he's in. And now I'm going to get lunch. I don't know if you can see the mountains. It's so beautiful out here. Yeah, it's really beautiful out here. So he's doing really good, guys. So thanks for following us through this, and we'll see how the CAR T-cell therapy works. So keep praying for us. All right, bye.